So, good morning, everybody. So, let me introduce myself and the French International School biology teacher. So, do you hear me first? Even in the back? It's okay? Okay. So, I am the principal of the French International School of Dubai. In the Lycée Georges Pompidou, high school and primary school also, but it's quite complicated to explain. So I am the principal. The school is just close to the Sheikh Zayed University, and so I am presenting this PowerPoint today on this part. So first of all, I'm French, and so sorry for my English, because my English sometimes is so good than yours, I'm sure. And I don't want to speak in French because it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand. I don't speak Arabic, sorry for the Arabic speakers. Mr. Abdullah Mouden is a French biology teacher in the school, and so he's with me. He asks me to help to present the PowerPoint because I'm more English fluent than himself. And I was a biology teacher when I was teaching in the past years, some times ago, but I was a biology teacher, and I have some records of how we can teach with the students. This is why I accepted to present this PowerPoint. Mr. Bouden speaks a little bit in Arabic, so if you have some questions or if you want more details in Arabic, I think he can help you to give you answers or explanation on that. So, Mr. Bouden speaks a little bit in Arabic, so if you have some questions or if you want more details in Arabic, I think he can help you to give you answers or explanation on that. So, just a little word on the French school and how we are working. The French school in Dubai is a part of the French network all over the world. We have nearly 500 schools all over the world on the same network. For example, one student, it's very important to understand that before the presentation. For example, one student for the French school in Dubai can go everywhere in the world, in France or everywhere in the world, without any assessment. Because we are following all the same curriculum, the French National Ministry curriculum, with the same exams, French national exam at the end. So this is important because what I will present is included not in the French school in Dubai, but all the French system. It's more a global way and a global pedagogical aspect of the French system. Okay, this is more important. So, I don't want to speak about the French school, about investigating still how in the French school, in the high school especially, in the grade 9, 10 and 11, so the 3 grades just before the final exam, how we try to create investigation skills for the kids, and especially for the final exam, because at the final exam we ask the students to show their investigation capacity in physics and in biology. What you will see is the same for physics, chemistry, and biology.
Geology.
Yes. Geology. Yeah, and geology. So what we call science in the French system is French science teachers can do biology, physiology, geology, and a physics teacher can do chemistry and physics. So it's a little bit different, but it's the same for us. It's on the same idea. So the presentation is just in 4 points. The first point is very important, is some landmarks on how the science skills were developed and were have changed during the time in the French system. The second one is for us in the French system, what is investigation approach, and after we will show you and we will help you, ask you to work perhaps a little bit, how you can do for 2 examples of investigation approach with a software, how we use the software for the investigation approach. And after we can have question and answer, we try to discuss with you. First of all, the landmarks. So the French educational system has not begun in 1860. It's quite a long time, but the real science, the school for everybody began in that time. So after that, there were national curriculum for everybody in France. And in 1860, the evidence of science teaching was very important, and they began to set up a knowledge on the science. In 1882, this is a very important. No, I can't. So this was a very important point because we introduced what we call in France, I said in France, the leçon de choses. So it was object lessons. It's more that you need to see to understand. So for example, you have flowers, male and with étamine and I don't know the word in English, étamine and pistil. So male and sorry?
Stamen and pistil.
Stamen and pistil, thank you very much. So now I will know. And you need to see how it works accordingly with it's an empirical method at that time. So later, I will go further. Later, quite late, in 100 years later, we begin to introduce investigation in the system. So it's quite a long time to say that the investigation is very important in the school. I will show you why a little bit in the next slide. And you will see we are introducing on the time 2008 to have a very big reform of the French curriculum in upper secondary for a formal investigation approach for everybody in the science system. So why we wait for 100 years? This is important to understand. Why? Because we are in France, we are always between the knowledge and the methods. It was very difficult for the, sorry. Oh, sorry. It was very difficult for in the French period to choose between the knowledge and the methods. Okay? And step by step during the time, this evolution of the science implies that there is no need to choose between methods and knowledge and approach. And so for that, we introduced this investigation officially in a whole system, educational system. And now, this is very important. There is a huge continuity between primary, lower secondary, and lower secondary and upper secondary. It's a global trend and a global view of the investigation system. So, in upper secondary, in the French system, very, very close link between the knowledge and approach in the class. So all the lessons are based on this investigation approach. And we have introduced, from now 4 years, specific courses based on the investigation approach. In grade, in grade 10, grade 10 is just the first class of the secondary, high secondary. In grade 10, we have introduced specific course for everybody. They can choose between some courses like what we call scientific methods and practice. This is very important because we have the 3 teachers of maths, physics, and biology on the same course. And so we try to show to the students that there is no, as they said this morning, as the student said this morning, there is no difference in the approach in between only science, only physics or biology, and it's all part of, they have to work together to understand the science system. And grade 11, we have, this is a part of the exam, final exam. It's a group or individual, but more group project based on the science, for the science course, based on the science approach, investigation approach, but on the project during the half year, and they have to present at the exam this project based on well, and it's a part of the baccalaureate, the French National Exam Assessment. So, how, this is the global view of how we can solve problems and the different approach. You see, based on problem to be solved. After we have the very two blocks. The first one is the teachers provide the solution, and currently we don't use, very few times we use this one. So the teachers provide the solution, argumentation, or the students one, but it's the same system. So you give all to the students. The investigation approach is more on this one, and the students searches for the solution. This is the very important. As I said in the previous slide, it's always based on the question. So the students set up the resolution strategy, or the teacher provide the resolution, the research medium. This is more deductive, and what we want to explain today is this one, the investigation approach with scientific approach or experimental approach. What you will see today, we will use more this one than this one, because what I will present for the first part, we based on the software, because we can't make the experimentation directly in classroom. So it's based on software, this one. And the other one I will present more in what I call the TPE for the grade 11, is based on this one. You will see that. So if you have any question during the slides, you can interrupt me. There is no problem.
What is it? TPE?
TPE, what we call, it's Travaux Personnels Encadrés. So it's a French system. It's, how we call that? It's encadré, it's a group of students working together under the supervision of the teacher on problem solving in the science or in literature, for example.
How different from the TPE?
Yes, MPS is in grade 10. It's MPS, or laboratory science, is more guidance.
It's called guided inquiry.
Guide inquiry, yes, or more to create, because it's a grade 10, the first time or they are in the high school, and we try to give them all the scientific approach and the scientific methods.
It's more guided.
Yeah, it's more guided. The TPE is less guided. Okay, so I repeat again, because you know pedagogy is always repeating. You have to repeat when you are the teacher. So as I am the teacher, I repeat again. This is very important, based on the questioning. The questioning by the students, not the questioning from the teacher. And it's not very easy to do, because when you are, I remember when I was a teacher, I was just at the shift between the two approach, and I remember that it was not very easy for us to modify our mind, to change our pedagogical methods and work to become from this is like that. So you have to do, and to stop to speak and say, please, now it's your turn. You have to question yourself and to say me how you can understand, how what hypothesis you can do, and that's all. And it's very difficult for a teacher sometimes to stop to speak to the students. You know that. So, okay. The base idea is that the students elaborate themselves their process learning. Why? It's because they have to be actors in their skills. They have to be actors instead of to be just learners. So sorry, it's not the real word what I want to say, but same. And what have to do the teacher? What has to do the teacher? The teacher has to prepare, to think about the best strategy to enable students to have real intellectual activity. So, again, 3 times, but I hope you will understand now. You remember questioning, student investigation, and this is the more important after, because if there is only the investigation, there is no sense. The sense is when the students can, at the end, structurate their own knowledge and take the knowledge for themselves, for the skills, and to improve their capacity, their science capacity. So this is the graphic, the graphic of the process, if you can see. The initial situation, which it can be, I will show you with the 2 examples. The initial situation can be just a science observation or a science problem, or, as we will see later, based on the grade 12 and the reproduction hormonal system, and or just as I show you in like MPS, I saw some students ask themselves how a camera, a new camera, a modern camera, digital, sorry, how a digital camera is working. And so this is the digital camera, you can see, you can touch, and the other one, as it is hormonal system, you can't touch directly. But the initial situation can be very different, very various from one to the other one. From the initial situation, the students with the teacher help has to explain what is the science problem, the scientific problem, and to write or to say the question. After that, so you know, hypothesis, and from the most important is here, hypothesis, and how after the students can understand and control, can control the hypothesis they have said. So investigation based on the books or website or software, direct observation, modelization like software, or direct experiment. And after that, experiment. This is the investigative approach, direct one. And afterward, they have to collect all what they have done, all the information with the results, and to have a written production. This is very important, the written production, because they transform what they think with the written skills and with the organized idea on the paper. And this done, the teacher begin here to create the synthesis with the argued debate. Why? Why this one? Why this one? Why I think? How I can prove? How can I prove that what I said is true or is false? Why the hypothesis, the hypothesis I have done is true or is false. This, the teacher work on that to guide, to make a guidance on the students. After that, the teacher establish knowledge with the structuration and with the generalization. So from here, he has to make a more globalization idea. And perhaps sometimes, as you will see on one of our example, we can again new problem, new question, and again. So right. And again we do the same for the next step. So if I resume a little bit, you see problem situation, students problem appropriation, hypothesis, investigation, arguments, acquisition, operationalization. This is the 7 points to create a real investigative approach. Problem situation, quickly. So I don't, because I want to let enough time to discuss. So quickly, you see, chosen by the teacher, because the teacher has to do something, and following the curriculum, because we can't imagine problem a part of the curriculum. And what is important here is what I'm here. What we call in the French system diagnostic assessment. What does it mean? I don't know if you know what it means.
This is the early assessment.
Yeah, it's the early assessment.
They call it sometimes pre.
Yeah, it's more to understand. It's more to understand the real knowledge before from the students, and also what are the pre-establishment conceptions. This is very, very important because it helps the teacher to
improvement, the scale.
No, not to improvement and to direct. Thank you very much. to direct how he will prepare his work. Because you will see after the diagnostic assessment, it's not a formal one. The diagnostic assessment is not sometimes not a formal with a mark, and that's all. It's just more a perception of the teacher of what the student knows before. Problem appropriation supervised by the teacher to ensure that the class, well, because we have classes with 27 students, or sometimes in group with half, but even that is quite many people, so we have to be sure that everybody has understood the issue. And you know, in this one, you can work alone by group. I think groups are better because they can exchange between together. So hypothesis formulation, so I go fast because you understand what I mean. Solving strategy, so experiments or explanation models, what you will see later. And this one is quite important also, as I said before, because you can include the skills, the cross-curriculum skills in this phase, like maths, art, technology, biology, or physics, or or whatever. You can also include, as you hear, you can use written or oral, and after the same, when you are making a synthesis, you have to use the written, the language, in our system the French one, but it can be the English one, the Arabic one, I don't know, but you have to use the language, and you have to also integrate your languages skills. Investigation, so quickly, so you understand what I show you here. This is important. After the investigation, the students, after the results, can understand how they can make mirror with what they thought before the beginning of the work. And exchange feedback, results in common, answer to be in place. So this allows also the students to be a part of the the problem solving, and a part of the discussion with their peers, the discussion with the teacher always giving only the guidance in the first. So trying to give to the students the good analysis of their own results.
All this is done in one period?
Yeah. Combien de temps ça dure à peu près une période 3 leçons? Ouais, l'ensemble, 3 leçons.
Ouais, ouais.
I think all this one, since the end, in the systems, it's 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 lessons. The lessons are 55 minutes, so 3 lessons. So it's quite a long and a short time. I speak in the...
Ça dépend des niveaux, c'est-à-dire en première S, ça va être 2 heures, en 2 heures, en 2 heures.
Yeah, it depends also of the levels. If you are in the grade 12, we can do that in 2 lessons. If you are in the grade 10, we need 3 lessons because it's the beginning of the methods and that the students. This one, the synthesis is guided, sure, by the teacher, and this is important because it's important also to show to the students that the investigative approach is not only the approach for herself or for itself. The approach is to answer to a science question, and so it's for that you have to to remember in relation with the curriculum, with the skills, the knowledge, and the curriculum, always. And at the end, the direct application of exercise, assessment. You see, some what we call formative assessment and summative assessment. So you know these words. I don't. It's the same words everywhere. So there is no difference, French or something like that. Okay. So I'm quite on time. Okay. What is the problem today? This problem is on the grade 12, in the science section, because the French system is the science, literature, and economics. So in science one, in biology, the biology teacher is here. So in biology, the last year, perhaps grade 11 or 12, I didn't know, the last year of the final exam before the baccalaureate. So, Parish session, the cyclical modification between ovaries and uterus, so you know, and they have looked at under the microscope on with histology, the slides, and they have prepared with the teacher a synoptic diagram showing the modification of two organs. So sorry, it's in French because it was too difficult for me to redo the diagram in English. So I think you understand without any word. This is the diagram. Okay. So what we see is that there is the hypothesis that we ask for the students is that they will perhaps there is a link between the synchronism. You understand what I mean? Synchrony between the two organs, between this one and this one. So, to answer that, we ask the students to make some hypotheses and to validate one or another one hypothesis. Okay, so I go. What the hypothesis they propose? They propose 3 hypotheses: nervous command, hormonal command, one from in one side, the other one on the other side. So I don't know, but perhaps you have done like that in your classes or something like that. How you will work? Do you Do you have any software? How do you work that? Do you have this kind of problem? On montre
D'abord, ils ont des
Do you have an idea how we can
résolve.
solve this question?
Get data.
Sorry?
You need to get data, get information, get results.
Yeah, we can use data. Yeah, it's a good thing. I think you understand that we can't use a real experiment, even on animals, in the classrooms. It's not possible. So in our case, we will use a software. So 1 minute, except if the public want to leave. So no problem. C'est bon? Je peux. This hypothesis give another question: how the system is controlled by the feedback of the hypophyse and hypothalamus, and that's all. And so you make system of investigation. Very quickly, this is the end. So I'm sorry. Just 1 minute. Thank you. The last in physics, very quickly. In physics, you see, we have the system of the camera. The system is how does a digital camera is working. So, like an eye, the protocol from the students, they are creating a dark room, creating a black box with a lens, measuring the object, and the modelization is on the camera is an eye, maths model, and after you see from a dark room to how the technology from a dark room 100 years ago, 150 years ago to a digital camera today, written production and a presentation at the science fair. This is also a science investigation approach, but based on a very longer time, because this is based on a 6 weeks time of 1.5 hours a week, and the other one is based on a 3 hour, just a 3 hour block. Sorry, I'm in rush. It was not. They said me that I had 45 minutes. So if you have any question before leaving, we can, or after we will be here with Mr. Mouden to understand to you. I think you will find the presentation on the What's.Works website, perhaps.
Okay, thank you.
I think.
So
So you can, if you have not, you can send an email to the school. I will give you my email. So it's proviseur, P-R-O-V-I-S-I-U-R. Pas l'écrire. Sorry. Mettez le mien. Okay. And if you have any question, no? I hope it has
we
helped
can
you.
share our ideas because we have this, what you show us French. There's an
Yeah.
English like Java program.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Even if they use the smart board, they can use a lot of programs. They can just download from the internet and they can see amazing movies about the subject.
So I hope I helped you. I'm sorry for my English sometimes. The words are not so good, but so proviseur@lgb. What? Ah, c'est en anglais. Dot. It's not. It's dot. Huh? .ae. Don't send me an email. I will transfer to Mr. Mouden, or I will send you what you need if you need any help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for.